Hey, fellow mask lover, nice to see you here in the Library of Horror Hotel again. Time for, you guessed it, Creepy Cheapies with Dr. Lady. I'm 1st century Roman statesman Gaius Sempronius Gracchus, and tonight's mask comes to us from the folks at Ruby's Costumes. Now, hey, who said? I heard that. No bad mouthing of Ruby's. Now let me just say, I understand some people give Ruby's a bad rap because they have made some less than wonderful products over the years, but they've also made a lot of really nice quality stuff and very well designed masks and props and costumes and so forth. So, you know, let's be fair about this. Let's give credit where credit is due. When they do a good job, let's acknowledge that Ruby's did a good job. And let's save our complaints for when Ruby's does a subpar or poor job. Now in this case they have done, I think, an outstanding job, absolutely excellent job with this particular character, which came out in time for Halloween of 2014. It's General Ursus. General Ursus from, of course, the Planet of the Apes movies. And the great thing about the General Ursus mask is that you get this headpiece, this hat, which is a very good reproduction on a budget, not 100% like what you saw in the movie, but a pretty darn good reproduction for something in this price range. You get a nice hat that looks like what they wore in the movie. Now I think the ones in the movie were supposed to be leather and this is fabric. However, the fabric they have chosen and the fact that they have lined it with kind of stiff foam to keep it holding its shape, and the fact that they have given it this Eva foam, as it is commonly called, this molded foam piece in the front, the panel with the design on it. Look at that. Well, you get this whole thing, you get the mask and the headpiece for about 60 bucks. Wow, I think that's fantastic. And well, as for the character of General Ursus, you may notice this particular mask is kind of smirking, has his mouth off to one side. That's because it is supposed to be a very specific character rather than just a generic guerrilla warrior, which has been done before by other mask companies, including Don Post Studios. But this one, Ursus, and by the way, the tag that comes on these, the Planet of the Apes tag, and the order form, managed to identify him as Ursus. Really, Rubies? 5 letters in Ursus. 5. More than you could handle in the typesetting department. 5 letters. And who is General Ursus? I don't know. Or Ursus. I think he's a gorilla who lends money at an unfairly high rate of interest. I'll bet nobody who watches this will know what I just said or what I meant, so never mind about that. You can take the hat off, see there, and you have a great mask. And I'm pleased to tell you, it's not just a latex front half mask with a fur back. It's actually full latex. Can you see that? It's full latex all the way around with the slit up the back, and then the fur covers the latex, and it's you know, net-backed, mesh-backed acrylic fur. But it's a good choice of fur. It's a little bit shiny, a little bit choppy looking, looks just right for these characters, and obviously it hangs down further than the latex does to give you something a little, you know, you can tuck into the collar of your costume or whatever. And pretty nice, I think. The eyes are just cut out normally. I've got a piece of black felt in there. At least it felt like felt when I felt it, you know. The nostrils and the lips are a little bit glossy, and the teeth a little bit glossy. But the great thing is it's a good sculpture. It's decently painted. It's got the nice quality fur. It's got full head latex, and you get the freaking hat with it. How can you possibly complain about that? I think it's almost a breakthrough mask for Rubies. I think it's one of the best things they've come out with for collectors in quite some time. As you can see, the headpiece, the hat here, pretty nicely done. And the fabric part that hangs down, the drape here, is actually lined. So you're not just getting, you know, the back of this piece of fabric when you look at the inside. The inside of it is actually lined, so it seems very substantial and professional and just very, very impressive, I think. So despite the fact that nobody at Ruby's could figure out how to spell a very easy two-syllable, five-letter word, despite that fact, I have to give them props for the very nice 2014 General Ursus gorilla mask, as seen, character that is, seen in Beneath the Planet of the Apes, the second of the original Planet of the Apes movies. And I do believe this is the first time any mass-produced version of this hat has been made. I think this is the first factory version of a gorilla hat. So, you know, gorillas don't use their thumbs like people, so I can't really say thumbs up to a gorilla mask, but I will say hats off to Ruby's for coming up with a good one here.